We'll give everyone a few more minutes and then we'll get started. Well, hello, Bel Air Little League. I'm Sam Dagley. I get to serve as your league president. And this is kind of our annual parents meeting. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet, hopefully around 30 minutes so that you guys can get off to the things that you guys want to see. I'm checking on the audio here. But I'm sure someone will let me know if it's not working. So welcome to our 2024 season. Want to spend some time going over some things this week or this season that we're going to be going through that you guys are going to be on. Hopefully we keep it, like I said, nice and short. But I'm so excited about the season. Our team has done an amazing job of getting everything ready, doing some brand new things. I think it's just going to be an outstanding time for Little League in our city. So we'll run through some slides here. We'll talk about a couple things. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to shoot your coaches a note, your league reps a note. And I'm just going to kind of talk through this thing, some expectations of what's going on this year. So without further ado, let's get cracking. One of the things that I like to do every season is just remind everyone what Little League Baseball is. We want to be competitive. We want to have fun. We want to have a great time, but we also want everyone to get a chance to play ball, to play ball, to enjoy the time and build community, be part of this amazing city here in Bel Air. And that's really the heart of it, is that we're using baseball as a catalyst for our city, for the things that we want to do to get to know people better, to learn team building, to learn how to respect others, to learn how to respect our coaches and our umpires. There's a lot of life lessons that go on those fields, and no one's perfect. There'll be mistakes made. It's all part of the game. But through Little League, we can do a lot of things. And I'll tell you my personal story. I grew up playing Little League. It's some of the best memories I have are Little League Baseball, being out in that field with friends that actually I still have today. And I think it's such an important part of where I was from, how I became, the person I am, and developing those memories. And that's what I want to share here. And I think everything that you'll hear tonight and what we do as a league, as you see out over these next 4 months, is going to be reflective of that. So welcome to our 2024 season. Like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun. I think you're going to see a lot of different things out there. And we're just going to have a wonderful experience playing baseball here in the amazing city of Bel Air, and what I believe is the best Little League in America, with certainly some of the best fields in America. I do want to introduce you to our board. Our board members just do an incredible job. And I don't say that lightly. These guys are really thinking through what we do, how we do things differently. Each of them has taken such ownership of their roles that we're able as a group to do things that I don't think historically people thought could be accomplished. And you'll see that out there. We'll talk through concessions and uniforms and new leagues and our facilities and our social media game and all the fun things that we do. So we do wear the black hats. If you see someone out there, they're a board member with the black hat, they give a lot of time, a lot of effort. And I mean this, every person that you're seeing right there is doing something for the betterment of your child, the league, the city, and the community. And that's a really cool thing to say. When I first inherited this job, there was a lot going on, a lot of different pieces. This group of individuals have really stepped up and made some of our visions, some of our dreams come to life, and we'll talk a lot about them. But again, I know there's things you guys don't see. There's things that are happening behind the scenes. There are things that are good and they're bad. But let a black hat know. Let them know what you think. But these guys are giving hours and hours and days on end to make this, again, the best little league in America. So this is our crew, and I'm very thankful, and I mean this, for each and every one of them. And I'm so fortunate to be able to volunteer and work with this group. I'll say it again, we're all volunteers. We all do this because we have a vision, I think, for the league. We love our kids in the community. We want to see the best for the other kids in the community. And at the end of the day, we believe that baseball is that catalyst for learning life lessons is a great place to be. So again, thankful for these individuals. If you see them out there, give them a pat on the back. And also, look, if there's things that we can be doing better, let us know, and we're happy to do that. So I just want to go through a couple of things. You guys, what is Little League Baseball? What are we doing here? What's going on? So I'll put some stats up from last year that we did some calculations on. But last year for practices and games, a little under 3,000 baseballs, 4,722 runs scored in our 3 scoreboard leagues, 16 tanks going over the fence, and all sorts of great memories being made. And this year, just for our regular season, not including playoffs or some of the other things we have, our scheduler, Jeff Peskin, has gotten 1,065 events on the calendar from now until basically May 1st. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we get to go out and do.
We'll give everyone a few more minutes, and then we'll start.
It's a great experience and a lot of fun, and we're going to be out there for all of them. I know it's a big investment for you guys, but this is kind of the things that parents and loved ones will be involved in about 1,000 or more things, literally, over the course of our season. And I think it's a good time just to say thank you guys for all that you do. We understand that we want to put a lot of things out there, but it's parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles that are bringing everyone together, getting us out to practice, being on time, getting out to games, getting the uniform right. And all that stuff is fun and great, but man, we could not do this without you guys. And we really appreciate everything that you do as you invest in our league, as you invest in the commitment that we're making. And our commitment to you guys then is to turn around and reinvest that into the kids, the facilities, and everything else. But we also know we wouldn't be doing this without you. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here. And again, let us know where there's things that we can do bigger, better. We're always interested in hearing those things. So this is it. This is our season ahead. Lots of baseballs, lots of fun, lots of runs, and lots of time together as family and friends, which is pretty awesome. So I know how these presentations work. It's all exciting at the beginning. The first few minutes, we're actually paying attention. So what I want to do is I want to boil down this entire presentation into a few bullets. Now, if you leave now, you're going to miss some things, which is totally fine. But this is really what it is. This is kind of what we want you guys as parents, as caretakers and everything else to learn. Most importantly, just be in contact with your coaches. It's so tough on a coach when, and things come up, we understand that, but as soon as you know there's a conflict, something else is going on, shoot your coach a note, let them know, hey, I'm not going to be here on time, or I'm going to be a little bit late, or I can't make that game or that practice. It just makes life easier on everybody. We can kind of plan around it. There's some rules we have to plan through. So do us that favor. The minute you find out, shoot them a text. They should have all their contact information. And it just makes everyone's life easier. It's just a really big deal for our league, and it means a lot to us and the coaches when you do that. So be in constant contact with those guys. And they'll work with you. You know, if things are coming up, if they need things shifted, they can work around that. Second, as parents, just be cool. It's a game. I know we get invested. I get invested too. But I'm going to tell this story real fast, which I tell every year. I umpired one game in my tenure as a board member. I've been in the league for 10 years. I think I've been a board member for about 5 or 6 of those. And I was an umpire. And I learned one thing about being an umpire. Well, I guess a few things. It's hard. It's a very challenging job. But 2, that umpire and every kid on that field and every coach on that field can hear everything you say from the stands. We've got amazing facilities here in Bel Air, but when you're standing out there, we hear every single thing that gets said. It's just a game. I want everyone to take a deep breath, relax, myself included, but have fun, enjoy the experience, enjoy this time that we get around our kids. That's really one of the most important things we have. Just level heads, good stuff. Get out to the fields, meet new people, We have a huge community. We have about 588 kids in the league this year. So we're creeping up on 600. It's the largest spring we've ever had. I am so thankful for that. I love that we have it. We're always looking for new space and new places to go play baseball, to kind of spread what we're doing here. And we're really working diligently on that. But, get out there and enjoy the time that you have. We'll talk about it in a bit. Our concessions game has just, I think the kids say low key improved, but it's awesome. We're going bigger, better. So many cool things are going to be out there for concessions. I asked you guys, I know not everyone can join this. We have a lot of conflicts and things like that, but spread the word about concessions. We'll talk about it here in a bit. It is going to be next level. And this entire spring is just going to be an incredible experience. And I'm so glad that you guys can be here and be along for the ride. It is going to be a wonderful time. So that's the summary. If you get nothing else, keep these few points, but I hope you stay with us because I think we've made a lot of amazing changes that are going to show up and be incredible here over the next few weeks or next few months. All right, 2024, here we are. I want to go through the calendar really fast. Parents block dates if it applies to you. So Rice Day, we get the privilege to play at Reckling Park on Rice's Field for all of our NL teams. It's a Sunday. They're exhibition games. We pretend like they count. We get the scoreboard up. The kids are playing on a college field. They have like the walk-up music. They can be on the field. We're going to serve food all day. We've got all sorts of fun and games and beverages. We did this for the first time last year for the AL kids, and it was lights out awesome. If you're a fan of baseball, get out there and watch these guys play. But mark your calendars for NL February 25th. March 1st, we're going to release it tonight. I'm sure most people know, but we have a very special event that we're doing for the entire Bel Air community. It's going to be free, and that's the precursor to our opening day on March 2nd. Block your calendars. We go big. There's a carnival. It's all free. We got food. We got introductions. We got a very awesome guest speaker for the kids and for the fans. It's going to be incredible. March 22nd, 23rd, our Mom's Takeover Weekend. It's by Methodist. Methodist this year is sponsoring this entire thing. We wear pink. We support breast cancer awareness. We're doing a happy hour for the moms beforehand. Where the Methodist is going to be speaking to the moms over at a local establishment. It's just a blast. Moms are going to coach, be on the field. The dads who do a lot of the coaching in our league will be sitting on the sidelines, just supporting the moms and the kids. And it's really a reminder that there's other important things in life, but also it's a game. Let's have fun. Let's just a great time. And we did this for the first time last year. I think it's a great weekend. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year. We're very thankful for Methodist for stepping up and sponsoring it and doing some other really cool things for that weekend. So it's going to be awesome. April 7th, our AL kids, our oldest Little League group, we're going to be at U of H, having games out there all day. It's going to be awesome. Again, free food, beverages, all that kind of stuff. We're going to have an absolute blast as we really send off our 12-year-olds, have the 11-year-olds out there, but we get to take advantage of some amazing facilities at U of H. Again, if you're a fan of baseball, get out there, have fun. It's a really cool day where Little League gets to go out and play on a college field. It's a really neat experience. So May 4th, Gala. It's going to be awesome this year. A family here in the league, the De Aldecoas, have generously donated their giant distillery for the evening. It's a little bourbon and Bel Air baseball. We're going to have whiskey tastings. I mean, Jen Lee is running this thing. It is going to be lights out. We'll talk a little bit about more about it later. But it's an incredible night where we can come support the league, see your friends. And I'll say, we try to make it an entry level point that everyone can go. We got 588 kids in the league. I would love if everyone's parents or caretakers were there. I think it'd be incredible. And then looking way far into the future, May 13th is our All-Star Day. We select these all-star kids for a day. They go out and play in teams of each other just to reflect on a great season. We start early in the morning. We grill food all day. We provide food. We hang out way until late in the night, watching kids play baseball. And that's really a wrap to our regular season. So mark these dates in your calendar. Just make sure you kind of have them. You've got them earmarked so that you can get out there and enjoy all the really cool things that we're putting together. And here it is. Bel Air Little League is bringing the Spasmatics to Bel Air. It's just a community event. So we want to do something fun. We're such I feel like part of this community. And as we were thinking on the board, what can we do? What's something that's unique and cool and new? And so the city of Bel Air and patrons got together with us, and we're going to be having just an open to all. There's food trucks. There's 401 selling beer or wine. You can bring your own cooler. There is going to be a VIP section. More information about that will be coming out soon. You can support patrons and Bel Air Little League through that. But we're hoping that every person in the 401, 402 in Bel Air comes out and enjoys the Spasmatics. If you don't know who the Spasmatics are, they're kind of an 80s cover band thing. It's just an entire 3 hours worth of fun 80s throwback music. We think it's going to be a blast for you guys to come out with your teams, your friends, and your community. So a blast about that will be going out this week. Again, it's totally free for the community. You just show up, and from like something like 6:15 to 9 on March 1st, we're gonna be rocking out in Zinler Park in Bel Air. And again, a kickoff to our season and opening day, an opportunity to support patrons in the parks, and just a time to celebrate being part of this amazing small town, Bel Air. And so we're excited to do it. Again, Jen Lee and team have been putting on just an incredible, just an incredible event, and it's going to be so awesome. So looking forward to seeing everybody out there. All right, into the nitty gritty. Uniforms, we wear them. We love them. They are awesome. I think it's all Nike stuff this year again. You should have your practice jerseys and your hats, your belts and your socks. Jerseys are coming in 1 week. It takes us a little bit of time. We put the sponsor's name on the back. A shout out to Zach and Courtney this year, because and you guys, everything was sponsored. We did not have to chase anyone. It was all ready to go, just like our coaches and managers. I know we started things earlier this year, but incredible. I thought it was amazing that we were able to get everything out there. Again, there's someone that's going to be in charge of your gear. Also, we started this last year. We're doing it again this year. There's going to be a helmet sticker in your bag. For the older kids, I understand it's not cool. You might not want to wear it. For the younger kids, it actually helps for a lot of different reasons, but you slap the helmet sticker on the helmet, you write their name in Sharpie, and all of a sudden, all the kids who kind of look the same, you can identify who they are. And also, we decided as a league that we could give our coaches something. So we do reimburse up to $60 of coaches' gear, just in case they want a separate shirt or something different for their team name. But Courtney is just our swag queen. She has done an amazing job. We'll talk a little bit later about one other thing that she's done. But if you have a sweatshirt or something of the like, I think that blurred out. But Courtney has just taken over. She is just driving all sorts of cool new things. You're going to have opportunities to buy Bel Air Little gear. We did assessments. It'll be an opening day at the Spasmatics, maybe some very special gear that might be a little 80s and glowy, as well as U of H and Rice Days. So an incredible job by Courtney. We are the best dressed Little League in America. I don't know all the Little Leagues in America, but I have no qualm saying that. I believe the children call it the drip. So, we got that drip game at a high level. We'll be running out there. And so great job to Courtney. Again, I think everything was on time, ready to go. So real jerseys coming in. You guys will have that for the season. It's going to be just fantastic. All right. Concessions. Concessions is something that is just dear and dear to my heart. Some of you may know we used to outsource concessions a few years ago. Amy Quinn, one of our board members, she and I, maybe foolishly, decided to bring it in-house. And it's really grown from there. I know that, the hot dogs, the weird nachos, everything like that, that we got cracking on. It was great. I loved where we were. I wanted to bring it in-house. The snow cones are near and dear to my heart. Our team last year did an incredible job taking it to the next level. And Lori and Jed have just, it's in a whole nother world now. I'm not completely unconvinced that they are just at the concession stand 24/7 coming up with ideas, but it's going to be an incredible experience now. So what's on tap this fall? If you're around, we now have Chick-fil-A. You can actually get a real meal at the concession stand from Chick-fil-A. This spring, 401 is stepping up with these 3 items. We tested them out in the fall. This is the feedback we got. So all spring, you'll be able to get a Baja chicken wrap, a Euro pita, and a vegan Mediterranean fusion bowl at our fields. And I'm so excited about this. Christy and the team at 401 are just incredible supporters of our league. I think I was there today with my family. I saw like 90 Little League people up there, which is awesome. but they're going to be there. We got special stickers that say, the 401 at Bel Air Little League. It's really going to be cool, and I'm excited about it. Tapsters is going to be coming up on Saturdays with a little bit of breakfast stuff, so that when you're at the field early, that crack it on, you can get a cup of coffee, delicious treat from Tapsters. It's going to be awesome. We have better pretzels. We've got tons of Prime. We have the slushy machine at Weston, which was Wolf Brand Chili, or that's what we call Jed. That was his idea, and so it's up there. And we have got all sorts of good stuff going ahead. So I think we're all pretty excited. All good things here. Also, I'm understanding that I may have made a mistake on the All-Star Day. Maybe it's May 11th, but calendars aren't my thing. I'll fix it when I have to. We got a lot more restaurants and opportunities, but concessions is just going to a whole other level. Now, with that, we wanted to do one new change, and that's kind of coming up here. So if you're a T-ball or a rookie parent, we are going to ask you to do one session as a team at our 3 concession stands. There's a couple of reasons for that. Number one is really one of the things we notice is that our younger parents don't know the other facilities we have. Weston and Tyrus are amazing fields, just absolutely incredible. Weston, again, probably the nicest field in America, at a Little League standard. I don't know, maybe even past that. But and Tyrus is an incredible facility. It's the first one we ever turfed. So we want to get people up there, learning our new fields, being a part of kind of the culture that makes us what we are. So one night over the next 4 months, your teams will be assigned to do a shift. So a couple locations, have your friends come up. We also know that people have stepped up and said, hey, there's some grandparents that we want to do concessions and things like that. We're totally on board with that. And Lori and Jed are handling all those things as they continue to make improvements to the concession stand. So the primary way that we staff concessions, though, is young men and women in the Bel Air community who are 14 and older. They volunteer their services, and we do compensate them for that time. Or they volunteer and we sign off for school. So we will be doing that. We'll keep that format because I think it's done a lot of great things. And I've loved having those kids step up, learn roles and responsibilities. We hold them accountable. Is the stuff clean? Is the chili cooked? All those kind of things. It's been great. So we're kind of mixing and matching a lot of those things as we grow and continue to do concessions. But the concessions game is just at a peak. So what's the ask of you, parents? Help support us, buy the stuff at the field, have 401, have Chick-fil-A, have those delicious nachos, get extra jalapenos, go big. And then the last thing I'll mention, for uniformed players at the end of every game, whether you're 4 or 12 or 13, you get a free snow cone. That's something I grew up with, and it's something that it kind of means a lot to me. So after the game, you line up, you get a snow cone. Sometimes on the late games, we do have to close the concession stands a little before that happens. We're kind of thinking through other ideas of how to deal with that, but I love it. I love after the game that you get the blue and the red. And I know some of you parents right now are like, it's so hard to get out of the uniform, but I think that's part of the experience. As you play a little baseball with your friends, you pick flowers, you pick your nose, who knows what else is going on the field, but you get a snow cone afterwards, and just something we really want to do as a team. So for T-ball and rookie, if you have any questions, reach out to your coaches and your league rep, but we're excited that you guys are going to see more of our facilities and continue to be a part of our league. And the food's going to be incredible. If someone's at the fields most nights, I look forward to eating up there and having a great time. Last year, an intermediate league idea kind of came forward, and we wanted to start fielding a 13U team. So again, for those that don't know, normally it stops at 12U around here, and then you move into intermediate baseball and then 14 baseball. Again, at 14, you play on the size field you'll play on the rest of your life. It's a professional size field. But we were able to successfully field a 13U team and teaming with Westbury this year. It's an awesome league. It's Post Oak, Westview, Westbury, and Bel Air. There's 10 teams in the league at 13U, and we're all playing each other throughout the season. Our team is going to be the Space City Cowboys. The jerseys are awesome. We've hired an outside coach, professional or a former college baseball player, and his crew. They run the practices. So we're done with the dads and everything else like that. These guys are doing great training and everything else. And I'm so thankful for the people that signed up to do this, to get this off the ground. I think it's had a great start. Right now, we're doing our practices and stuff at Westbury. Games will be over at Westview South Campus. we are actively working on having a field in place that we can start hosting and having things here inside Bel Air. But Mike's running this whole thing, and it has really gone amazingly. And again, thank you to the parents that signed up. I know most of you have seen this thing 19 times, so you may not be on, but I'm so thankful that we've got this off the ground, that we're able to compete with our fellow leagues in the District 16. And I'm excited about next year. Hopefully we grow and grow and grow, and are able to put more teams on the field each and every year. And that's a commitment we're willing to make, as well as looking for field space to do it. All right, so you may have noticed, for those that have been in the league for a while, that we did not sell yard signs this year. And the reason being is that Energy Ogre has stepped up, and everyone in the league, 588 yard signs with a custom name on it, have been donated by Energy Ogre to the league, which is pretty awesome. So whether you ordered one or not, you're getting a yard sign. You can pick them up at opening day. We're hoping there's 588 homes, or I guess less than that with siblings, but that have yard signs in front of them that are repping the B, that are sponsoring Bel Air Little League, that are really happy to be in our league. I just kind of want the whole town littered with them. I think it'd be incredible. But it was also awesome that Energy Ogre kind of stepped up with the idea. Zach Silverman got it off the ground, and they bought all the signs for us. So huge deal. No more buying signs. It's just in your yard. Shout out to Energy Ogre for doing that. I think it's incredible. I'm so excited that we have a chance to do it. And I'm thrilled that this is something that, regardless of if you sign up or not, you got a yard sign. It's got your kid's name on it. Something saying, hey, a Bel Air Little League player lives here. And that's really a neat thing. I think it builds our community. It's just going to be fun for everyone to be driving around and hopefully seeing just a ton of signs. Again, let's say 500 signs. I think it'd be incredible. But again, thanks to Energy Ogre. Just a really cool thing for them to have done. And on that note, sponsorships. I mentioned we're an all-volunteer league. Zach Silverman has taken on the role, just done an amazing job. He got the Methodist thing, got them on board with our Moms Weekend. He got Energy Ogre in the door. We got signs all over Weston. We're almost filling out in Tyrus. The jerseys, the practice jerseys. Zach has just done an incredible work on our board, getting that money. And I want to thank you guys. The generosity that we see is incredible. And I'll tell you a little bit about our financial philosophy. We don't want to be hoarders. The idea for us is the money you put in, we want to take it and invest in the kids and the league and all that kind of stuff. So that's what you're going to see. You've seen the turf on the field. You'll see improved facilities. You'll see upgrades, and we'll talk about those here in a second, that we're putting back into the league to give your families, your extended families, and especially the young men and women that play in Bel Air Little League, the absolute best experience possible. And that's really our commitment. And what's amazing to me is, as we've invested in the facilities and the items and bringing the best that we can to this community and this league, you guys continue to be more and more generous. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Again, our task is to be good stewards of those funds, and we take that very seriously. But if there's things you want to donate, we've got a bunch of kind of wish list items. You can go on the website if you want to see the specific things, but we have a game plan to hopefully bring more fields into our community, to bring indoor space into our community through the league. And we're really excited about not only where we are, but what's ahead. And none of that would be possible without the parents, both before us and those that are coming after us, and the generosity that you guys show. So thank you for that. And thanks to Zach for really being organized about these things so that we can use those funds to the best of our ability. So excited about that. But again, if you have an idea, if you have a yearning in your heart to give large amounts of funds to a youth sports organization, Zach is the man to talk to and would love to talk to you about it. And I'm happy to do it as well. The other thing I do want to mention, it's on the slide, but I think it gets confused sometimes. It is our policy to never turn a kid away. We give out scholarships. We will reduce funding. I think sometimes we don't talk about that, but there it is. So it's important to us that kids are out there. I think that at the end of the day, sometimes, man, this might be the highlight of the kid's day. Rough day at school, friends were mean to him or bullying and all this other stuff. When they get on the field, all that goes away. You're focusing on baseball, hitting the bat. That's what we're trying to provide here. And so I think we use those funds in a great way to make sure everyone's got the gear they need, on the facilities that they need to have it on. And it's an exciting thing, a really cool thing to be a part of. So, yeah, if you have any other questions, please reach out to Zach, or it's on our website for information of things we're specifically trying to build here over the next few years. All right, website, communications, everything. Amy Quinn is the woman that makes this thing run. I'm not actually sure I know how or what a TikTok is. I'm vaguely aware of Instagram, but Amy's the one that does all our social media stuff. She keeps the website humming. It's a gorgeous looking website. We had some changes that went through eventually, and she just got or recently, and she keeps all that up to date and ready to go. But Amy does an incredible job. So we try to limit what goes out. I know there's a lot of information, especially this time of year. But anything that we kind of have monitored, want to get out, anything for the community that runs through Amy. Rain, I know like yesterday's a great example. It monsooned in the morning. Jeff Peskin, our scheduler, who does an incredible job, rearranged a bunch of schedules for yesterday, today, got everything sorted out so that most teams got to have a touch that wanted to touch even because of the rain. We use Rained Out to alert the league. You go to rained.out.com, you search BLL Little League, you sign up, we send a text. So Saturday morning, we sent the text around 7 a.m. to prepare for 9 a.m. practices. So we get up, we assess the fields, want to make sure everything's there. That's the best way to get information from the league. And we'll tell you, hey, the cages are closed, or the cages are open, the field is closed, or Weston's open and Horn's closed. So we try to give as much detail as possible in that. But it's imperative as parents that you're signed up for that so you can see what's going on. Team Snap. We do all our scheduling through Team Snap. You may or may not choose to use that as for your team as your kind of source of record. I know I use WhatsApp a lot to communicate with my teams, but everything will be in Team Snap. You can RSVP to games. You can chat through it. In fact, most of what we do in the league is run through Team Snap right now. So get on that. That's your schedule. You can sync it to your work calendar, your Gmail calendar. Highly important. For our older leagues where we keep score and use Game Changer for pitch counts and other things like that, you know what Game Changer is, but for those that don't know, if you have an NL or AL kid, Game Changer is a way to watch the game kind of live on almost an ESPN digital screen, so you can see what's going on there. You can follow teams. Grandparents can follow teams, which we'll talk about the better way to follow teams here in a bit. But Game Changer will be our official stat book. I think I'll take a moment and say, the only stat as a league we ever really look at is strikeouts. Everything else is kind of subjective, but if we're ever evaluating stuff, we use strikeouts. Other than that, Game Changer is just a fun way to keep track of wins, losses, and what may or may not have happened on the field. And Varsity Hype we'll talk about in a little bit, but we've had a renaissance in our cameras, and we'll go through that here in a bit, but I think it's going to be an amazing change. Questions on media, reach out to Elon, who's at my VP, does an incredible job. He does all the operations run under him. And then if we have questions about social media postings, go ahead and run those through Amy. So I've now got 9 texts that all-star games are May 11th. That was my bad. So, all right, facilities and cameras. Cody Moore, I think, sleeps at the fields. I think he just rotates which ones he's at. But I think you guys will be out there and you will see that there's been so many improvements. That water fountain that's been leaking at Horn since 1953, that's fixed. It's got like a little dispenser thing. I mean, little things, right? No more exposed wiring. The fences, for the most part, are cut down or are tied back into the poles. Cody has just done an incredible job at each of our facilities, making sure that things are top notch, they're fixed. And a big change coming most likely at the end of the spring is Fox Field is getting its second cage. So Kendall has 2 cages. Fox historically has only had 1, but we'll be putting another one up. It's going to be the Beasley batting cage. Mitch Beasley and family, and then a lot of Texas League families stepped up, made this a possibility. It's going to be covered. It's going to be really neat. And I can't thank those families enough. And we'll send out some emails about who they are, and obviously the signage will be up there. But it's going to be awesome. Cody kind of spearheaded this whole thing. You'll see some changes at Weston Field, at the field house. We have a much bigger window now. The closets are gone up there. And while we're speaking of facilities, a shout out to Shay Standish, who used his time, material, and resources and trying to get his Eagle Scout badge and redid our field at Tyrus, which is over in Mulberry Park. It looks awesome. New shed location, all this really cool gravel. There's some potter's plants. It looks just fabulous. And so Shay Standish did a great job. His brother's in our league. His dad has been a longtime supporter of our league. But Shay, thank you, and I'm best of luck on the Eagle Scout thing. I think that's really incredible that you were able to do that. So if there's things you guys see on the fields and facilities, you can send notes to info@BLLLittleLeague.org. We read all of those. We're responding to all those, but anything you notice that you think needs to be fixed, improved, changed, updated, let us know. We take it very seriously. Cody has a running list of things and he's knocking it out left and right. But Cody's been a rock star, just an absolute rock star, getting things up and running and prepared. And it's incredible to see what he's been able to do to provide really, I think, some of the best facilities in the city. Okay, so the cameras. Quick backstory here. I would say twice a week, I get an email from someone or someone's grandmother that the cameras are offline or the camera's not working or X, Y, and Z. It's been a problem for years. The cameras were kind of a luxury. The luxury faded, let's say, over time. So this offseason, we invested in something called Varsity Height. So all the fields, including our T-ball field, have a 4K camera. It's all digital. It moves and follows the action. Our older two fields should have two cameras now, so you can see behind the pitcher and where the batter is. Excuse me. It's going to be incredible. What they do is this: it films all the games. You can watch the game live in incredible detail. Then they take it offline. They add like the professional scoreboard, like runs, outs, hits, all that kind of stuff, and then they put it right back up online. You and your kids can make your own highlight reels of your season with your player. You can exchange information with other teams. It's going to have the scores on there, the hits, the highlights. And at the end of the season, Varsity Hype is going to do an entire highlight reel of each division for us, as well as our overall league. So it was a pretty, solid investment on our part, but this is going to be a game-changing kind of thing. I think we'll have the coolest cameras. They'll follow the action a little better. Everything is up and running. Instructions will be coming out to your managers probably tomorrow on how to use them. Full disclosure, we have one internet issue at Horn we're working through right now. I think we should have that fixed. Our massive T1 fiber line thing is not operating at big speeds, but we're going to get it there. So that should be an entirely new, awesome camera experience for everyone involved. And I believe we're going to have just an amazing camera experience for ourselves to watch the games, for the coaches to go back after the game and think about the things they would have done differently, for grandparents to hopefully watch it at the ends of the earth. It's a cool part of what we're able to provide as a league, and I'm really excited about seeing what it looks like, and we'll go live this week with that. So more information to come, how to use it to your team site, and then that'll all go to your manager. So it's going to be awesome. Highly recommend getting on there, sending it to your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your friends and family, so they can watch games wherever they are. And got to thank Tyler. Tyler took this on. Tyler claims he's some sort of an attorney, but based on the last few months, I'm pretty sure he's an IT guy because he got this sorted out, done fast. It's going to be pretty cool. And so Tyler did an amazing job taking ownership of this. I was very thrilled that we were able to do it. And like many things, it was a crazy idea I think I had in September, and he got it actually executed. The cameras have been installed now for about a month and going through testing. So fantastic job to Tyler. If you don't know who Tyler is, just look for the tallest person in Bel Air. That's him. Safety and equipment. Elliot Sorkin's gone through. All of our AEDs are updated. Everything's kind of new. It's sitting there. We've relocated and added some devices to our fields. At the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen is something happening on our fields. It's an injury related, especially heart related. All of our coaches, all of our managers are AED and CPR certified. So they've at least taken the class. They know what to do in the event of emergency. And again, something that we take very seriously as a league. Our CPR lady comes twice. One was today, one's in a couple of weeks. We also offer an online course. So the guys standing in that dugout or the women standing in that dugout have been fully CPR and AED certified. So they should know what to do in the event of an emergency. Plus we have the facilities to do that. So we take it seriously. We also take seriously just the overall health of these kids. Arm care is a big deal. Methodist came in and talked to all the managers this year about arm care, what to do, how to spot issues, just something that's important, right? Like these kids are throwing a lot more than they did when I was a kid. We want to make sure that these young men and women are taken care of. So also with equipment, I think I can just generally say ask your manager if you have any questions. We do have rules. Some are local rules. If you're in Texas League and below, Texas Rookie and T-Ball, you need a cage right here. Okay. That's just all there is to it. You got to have a cage, no open face masks. In fact, from 12U and below, we offer 0 open face masks. So if you're in the older levels, NL or AL, and you think your kid is ready, you can use a C flap. A C flap is that thing that comes right here. It needs to be facing out towards the pitcher. Make sure your kid's ready. There's nothing wrong with wearing the cage for a few more years if they're comfy with it. My son's a 9-year-old. We're playing in NL, and he still wears the cage. So no issues with it. Your manager will pick your pants. That's a weird sentence, but white or gray or any other color. And again, all of our fields, even the turf fields, rubber cleats, no metal spikes in our league. We don't need anyone going Ty Cobb on us right now. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to your manager. And the bats. I know a lot of kids play select ball. I know it's starting earlier, younger, faster. Please make sure you use a USA bat. That's what the Little League approved. Was at our umpires meeting today, and they mentioned that if you have a USSSA bat in your bag and it gets brought on the field, the manager is ejected and the kid is ejected. So we don't want to do that. I know there's a lot of them. Again, I took my kids out of his bag. They're sitting somewhere else right now. So we just don't want to worry about that. All right. Volunteer roles. Kudos to you guys. Honestly, sometimes we have to chase people. I feel like this year you guys knocked it out. Everyone's stepping up, stepping into things. Have fun with it. If you're the gala coordinator, put together a fun basket. We use those baskets to help raise money for the league. If you're a game announcer, ballpark DJ is incredible. You do the work once and you can play it the rest of the time. We are going to ask our AL and NL teams to get someone for Reckling Park and U of H Day. We do like slides up on the thing for the walk up, favorite foods, it's a blast. But yeah, have a great time with it. There's nothing that's off limits by and large. We want to like make cool experiences. And when your T-baller gets a walk-up song, you know, they kind of walk to the bat and they're ready to go. It's just kind of a cool vibe that we want for the league. I will say, you know, no profanity in the walk-up songs, please. That's one of our Little League rules. And just make sure that we don't have anything crazy. Buy the edited version of whatever is the rap song of the year. But again, have fun with it, embrace it. It's 4 months. The kids really love it. They value it. I can't tell you how many times we sit around the dinner table here and talk about what his next walk-up song is going to be. And I learned again how much new music is terrible. But aside from that, it's a blast and the kids have a great time. So, and one other thing, I think we are this year going to kind of set up a help us out kind of group. I think we're going to call it Friends of BLL Little League. But essentially when we have events and we need a few extra hands and the board can handle, you sign up. If you're able to make it, great. You get a t-shirt, that kind of thing. So there'll be some more information coming up about that with all these events that we have on the calendar this year. All right. I kind of said at the beginning, I know we're coming to the end of our slides. We're getting to where we need to be, but there is a code of conduct for the parents. It's on our website. You can go read it. I understand most of you will not do that. But it's very simple. Just if you are acting like a solid member of society, you will have no issues with our code of conduct. But don't scream at the coaches. Don't scream at the umpires. Really don't scream at the kids, right? Be encouraging, be positive, be fun. This is youth sports. That's all it is to it, right? I think you've seen the signs, and no one's out scouting your kid for the pros. And it's just a general reminder that, you know, we are members of this community. So the things that we say on the baseball field, the things that we do, you know, we have to go see those people at work and, you know, at the grocery store, wherever else we might be. And it's just try to keep in mind, hey, take a deep breath. We all got this. So as long as you're acting in the way that you want to be seen, we'll have no issues. Again, we have very few issues, if any, in our league with this. But it's just a reminder at the beginning of every season, hey, be great to the umpires. Those guys are out there doing their best. Are they perfect? No. Be great to the managers and coaches. They're not perfect. The kids aren't perfect. But have fun, be supportive, encourage each other, be competitive. And that's really kind of where we want to be here. All right, last but not least, we've got swag. Papa's got swag. Courtney has just, I mean, we went all out. We sold all sorts of sweatshirts and things, of assessment. Those were good looking. She has revamped how we shop for things. But she also pointed out this year that we're going to get more opportunities to buy things just on site. So opening day, Spasmatics, the U of H and Rice days. we'll have all that stuff ready to go. So a few more things that, you can get your hands on. There's also a special giveaway for the players at the NL and Rice Day. I won't ruin that, but Courtney and Jen Lee came up with, I think, a pretty cool idea for that. So I think it's really awesome. I walk my children to school from the car, excuse me, just about every day, and I've seen more and more red gear with the Bel Air on it, and that makes my heart smile. So get out there. I think statistically, people like people wearing Bel Air Little League gear more than other people. I think I saw a study on that recently, so highly recommend doing that. So you can get your gear online. We've always got stuff available, but don't miss out. It's always cool to wear the latest in Bel Air Little League fashions. With that, that's it. I think we have a great season ahead. I'm so thankful again for everybody that stepped up. Our league reps do an incredible job. Our league reps for T-ball is Courtney Erickson. For rookie, it's Roy Queener. For Texas, it's AJ. For NL, it's Evan Stein. And then for AL, it's Chase Kronzer. And then Mike was 13U. Just these guys have taken on their own kind of vibe for their leagues. And that's really what we wanted. So as you have questions, go to your managers. Your managers can go to the league rep. But we have an awesome season ahead. Let us know what we can do differently and better. But at the end of the day, I will end with this story. And I told the managers this, that when I was growing up there as a kid, he was kind of clunky. He was okay, I guess, baseball player. And about the time ninth grade hit, he grew, got real tall. And by the time he was a senior in high school, a kid that no one really wanted on their little league team was throwing about 98 to 99 miles an hour and getting drafted in like the 30th round. And I'm not saying that all the kids are going to get drafted, but what I'm saying is we should treat every kid out there, both as a parent, as someone that belongs on that field. Let's have fun with them. Let's encourage them. 99.9% of these kids won't be professional baseball players, but they're going to be people, right? They're going to go out into society. And we want to use this as a time to really just encourage good habits, learn new things, and have fun in an amazing community for Bel Air. So you never know what the kid's going to do, or you never know what they're going to be. But hopefully, if they're like me, they look back and they think, man, Bel Air Little League was an incredible experience and something that I'm so glad I was a part of. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Excuse me. It's president@belairlittleleague.org if you want to email, or you can shoot me a phone number. I think most people have it. Shoot me a text or anything. And I'm so excited about this season. Thank you guys for being a part of our league. Thank you for making this just, I think, the most special league in Houston, maybe in Texas. And I'm excited to see everybody out there. So with that, play ball.